My name is Kenya Benitez. I am 23 years old, and right now I am pursuing my master's in public health in the concentration of health management and policy.
Public health and health management is a really kind of niche experience. What kind of got you on that pathway?
I actually wanted to pursue healthcare for the longest time since high school. Okay. I actually started as an undergrad, as a nursing student. Then COVID hit, kind of changed my trajectory. I changed to writing.
Oh, nice.
In writing, yeah, and I told myself that's one passion of mine, writing. But I switched because of COVID, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to switch, but eventually I'm going to go back to healthcare, some way, some form. And I applied to the grad program, and that's what I did right after I graduated with my bachelor's in writing.
Oh, nice. Okay. And did you always think it was going to be health management, or did you think about being a nurse, or?
Being a nurse was always in the back of my mind, but when I switched to writing, I had a lot more time in my hand compared to, being a nursing student.
Obviously.
Yeah, so I'm like, what else can I do? I heard about this really cool 2-year program called the Lab and Entrepreneurship Program at San Diego State, and I joined it, yeah, and I learned a lot about business. So I'm like, why not pursue the business side of healthcare? And that's how I learned about healthcare management.
Oh, perfect. I love it. That's awesome. So what is your favorite activity to do right now outside of school or work?
Okay, I would say writing. Writing has been my passion for the longest time. And I'd say a mix of writing. Sometimes I do some poetry.
Okay.
I do a long, like a longer project, like a novel, but kind of mix and match, yeah.
Do you have a favorite style of writing?
I guess it varies from time to time, but right now I'm really into poetry and philosophy and all that good stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're a deep thinker. Deep person.
So. I think so, yeah.
That's so nice. If you had to give an hour-long TED Talk presentation about something, what do you think it would be?
I might go a little deep here.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. It would be, because funny thing is, actually, sometimes what I write about and my career trajectory in healthcare kind of come back to this story. But back in 2016, when I was 15, I had a kidney transplant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I would probably write about or talk about my experience and kind of help out, patients going through that experience and just my whole experience in being a patient, navigating, the resources, the pain, and all that good stuff.
Did you get your donation from someone you knew, or was it?
Someone I knew. It was my mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm literally going to cry. That's so sweet. That's amazing. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you and your mom are very close.
Yeah, you could say she gave me life twice.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's so amazing. And so was that kind of that was a turning stone for you in healthcare, or were you already interested in healthcare when all that happened? Because you were 15, so you weren't sure yet.
I guess I kind of dab, maybe I could do healthcare, but no, this is I feel like I'm called to do this.
Yeah. I love that. That's so exciting. Okay, and then what is your current favorite piece of media right now? Do you have a favorite song, favorite movie, book?
Dead Poets Society.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's such a good one.
It just touched my heart. I read the book. I read the book.
When I read it, I just feel like you can find a connection to everyone that reads it.
Definitely.
So, what is an accomplishment, personal project, or extracurricular activity that you're particularly proud of working on or being a part of?
I haven't shared this one with many people, Just my mom and my mentor. And I feel like it's something that I'm not necessarily scared of sharing, but I feel like, one, because they say, people, say, oh, don't share it because then it's not going to come true, right? You talk about it a lot. There's that.
And you don't want to jinx it.
Right. Don't want to jinx it. But the other reason is putting myself out there.
Totally.
And eventually when I do finish this personal project, I'm going to have to do it. But I am, as I mentioned earlier, I love writing. But right now I am working on a novel.
Wow.
Young adult novel.
Oh, my gosh. What an undertaking.
Yeah. I've been doing it about 2 years now. I'm 2/3 done. I'm like, oh, God. 50,000 words in. I just gotta... Almost there. But
I'm tired for you. I'm exhausted.
I love it, but, love-hate relationship with writing. But, yeah, it's about this young girl around 14 years old.
Cool.
Who she's 1 year out of her kidney transplant. Kind of ironic.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Her story begins with her fishing with her grandfather at the lake. And it's a 1-year anniversary after transplant, right? The day after her mom, her grandparents, and her brother come together to celebrate. Her dad is out deployed. But they celebrate, they have this cute cake with a kidney design. But the thing that kickstarts the story is this story, right, is she receives a letter from her donor's mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the plot, so that's the story, but the plot is pretty much, happens a few chapters down the road, is her grandfather is diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, uh-huh.
So it's like, okay, so there's her side, like, she got a new lease in life, she got her kidney transplant, she's good.
Mm-hmm.
But now she has to deal with this other thing with her grandfather.
Yeah.
So it's that, and then she's going to high school, and on top of that, she's starting to communicate with her donor's mom, and she has all this guilt, and she's just trying to navigate life.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it sounds like an amazing book. I would read it. That sounds really great.
Thank
and
you.
What an amazing undertaking, and something that's really admirable and notable, because you have been in school this whole time, you're working towards other goals, and then you have this personal project that most people do is like their entire career and take time off of work and time off their life. So only props to you for doing that, because that's a really amazing accomplishment. What is a tip that you would give someone trying to do something similar? Because this is big, this is massive, and apparently, you hold yourself with grace and poise. So you're doing it well. So what would you give to them?
Thank you, I appreciate it. One thing I would advise is take it one day at a time. Take it one word at a time, because that's just how you have to do like anything, really, not just writing a book, just anything.
Yeah.
I'd say it's better to do a little bit every day, a little bit of anything, than do so much, burn yourself out, and then you don't do that activity for a while.
Yeah. Okay, what does education mean to you?
Education to me means expanding your knowledge for greater opportunities.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. I would put that on a billboard. What is a topic, subject, or skill, and this could be really anything, that you feel that should be taught in schools that hasn't been taught before?
Taking care of your health. I know you do that in PE a lot, but I feel like you could go deeper. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel this goes hand in hand with just my interest in healthcare management, to work on preventative care. I feel like that's so effective compared to like getting sick and then taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So I guess teaching students how to, okay, so what does blood pressure mean? What does resting heart rate mean? What's in the specific foods that you eat,
Yeah, completely.
Maybe hand in hand how to cook healthy food, because I feel like, many people know what calories are, and they know all that good stuff, but I think it's more important to also know like sugar and like fats.
No,
yeah,
I agree with you. I on so many levels and for so many different reasons. Tell me about someone who has left an impact on you, and why.
One person that's really left an impact on me is my grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah, he passed away from cancer about 8 years ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, yeah. I never saw him mad, and I wish I could, like, exemplify him. He was a good role model.
No, I think it's sometimes hard to encapsulate sometimes what someone who has really left this big of a mark means on you. I completely agree. I have a similar situation in my life, so I know what you're trying to say. Sometimes people are irreplaceable, and like the way that they have left a mark on you and why you looked up to them is sometimes hard to communicate, because it's just a deep thing to you. But what I really appreciate is that I think, obviously from my perspective, that you've taken a lot of the feeling and connected into your novel and your experience, which is something probably just, emotionally therapeutic, and it's really exciting to be that vulnerable about something. So that's really cool at the end of the day. So I feel like you can kind of get a sense of how much he impacted you through that. To shift gears a bit in a more kind of exciting way, what does your ideal life, like if every opportunity goes your way, everything, all the roads lead the right path, would your ideal look like 5 or 10 years from now?
Okay, so 5 to 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So right now I'm applying for several administrative fellowships around the U.S., and assuming I'm able to get a fellowship next year, start the fellowship after I graduate, and 5 to 10 years from now, after that fellowship, I hope to be working as some kind of healthcare administrative role in the hospital, on the ambulatory services side. And
nice.
So I just earned my certificate in project management So I'm hoping maybe put some project management skills into it.
Yeah.
Be a project manager, be leading a portfolio or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then, did you say ambulance? Or did I make that up?
Ambulatory.
Ambulatory, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good, you're good.
Okay, well, amazing. I love it. And then, what advice would you give to someone who wants to make a positive impact on their community?
Let's say start doing research. Maybe go to your local library, local parks, rec parks, maybe local nonprofits as well. I think that would be a huge place to start at. Places of faith. So maybe visit those places and see, how can I help?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I work at a nonprofit, so I would love for someone to ask me how they can help. What is a challenge that you have had to work through, and how has it shaped you?
I would say I've dealt with, not as much now, but I say around my teenage years and my early college years, I dealt with a lot of chronic pain. And at times it was a bit debilitating, and some days it was just hard to get out of bed. And the one thing that kept me going, the one thing that I would advise people would be like, kind of similar advice to I gave earlier, just take it one step at a time. And I know sometimes even that could be hard, but the greatest advice I could give you is just to remember there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, just that hope that one day, the pain will be gone. That's something to keep going forward. A reason to keep going forward.
Love it. And what do you think is something about you that will that could be left out on standard applications?
I guess you could say that I'm a go-getter. When I see an opportunity, I like to just go for it. Yeah, even though I might have my doubts, like, I don't know if I qualify for this, I'll just go for it. Let them say no. Yeah.
No, that's great. That's a great advice. I love that. I love that mantra. Hey YouTube, if you like this person's story, don't forget to subscribe to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you're interested in applying for our Storyteller Scholarship or to join our organization, just sign up at the link below. Thanks for watching. Enjoy!